I'll leave that. Where's that? What is that? So you have to play down if you have to pass
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here we go, son. Go.
Starting on the ground with Herbert.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Herbert once more.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll run with Herbert. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Mahomes now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
More the motion man.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Fields now to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Chicago. Travis Homer, 65 yards.
And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Matt Eberflus going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, not content with a first-quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. A tight one, 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports.
The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football
as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now Mahomes rolling to his right. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
He'll buy some time right. That pass complete to Moore. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Here's Mahomes to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's Pacheco headed right. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Mahomes, and he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. Richie James from 19 yards away. And the Chiefs are once again back in front.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Mahomes will throw for it. Flushed out right. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On second down, a run with Herbert.
Room here to run. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
In motion left goes Jones.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Moving to motion man right. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
Looking downfield for Jones. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 15. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half. And it's a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
And now you've given good field position here to start the third quarter.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. Butker's kick here is good. And they have regained the lead.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Fields
Out to his left.
They'll set up the screen to Herbert.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a first carry for their fullback. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
From the 50, here's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Khalil Herbert.
26 yards.
And the Bears have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
No, this could not be worse. Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. That'll be caught by James. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Throwing now is Mahomes. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback. And he hits a big one right there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. To throw, it's Mahomes. That is caught. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Handoff now for Pacheco. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6 coming up. Mahomes now to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
On third down, it's Pacheco. Nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
Mahomes takes it himself. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Mahomes now on the sneak. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
On the run, this is Gray. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Mahomes.
Touchdown! Richie James, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
They get one more as the extra points have been good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one that puts him in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that put you behind. Will that score you just added on the board will energize them, or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 4.